Indian connection to this news is that Ishan Tharoor, the son of Shashi Tharoor, who was a foreign affairs columnist of Washington Post, was laid off. This shows that neither the capacity of a journalist, the massive following they may have, or being the son of a powerful politician necessarily mattered during the layoff. Journalism is not a corporate job. Though it may look like a white collar office job, the real lifeline of journalism is the reporter who has a grassroots connection with the masses. That connection is what makes a newspaper powerful. A reporter is a watchdog, finding anomalies in government and institutions and reporting them fearlessly. The editor sitting in the newsroom supports the reporter and ensures the story is published. When the published news receives reaction from the public and authorities, necessary action is taken. This builds public confidence in the reporter and the media house. That trust is what makes a media organization powerful. In Kerala, when an accident occurs or a fight breaks out, people inform the media first. This is because they know that once the media arrives, the police and ambulance service will perform their duties with diligence as they are now in front of the camera and the public. During the farmers' protest in January 2021, I went to Ghazipur border to meet the protesters. They were protesting against the implementation of three farm acts by the government. The farmers readily shared their woes with me as I held a simple mobile phone. They spoke to the YouTubers and sections of mainstream media whom they trusted and believed supported them. However, they refused to talk to most of the mainstream media outlets whom they felt would speak only on behalf of the government. This demonstrates the powerful connection between reporters and the public. When people trust a reporter and in some investigating reporting they trust their identity will be protected, then they share their concerns openly. The reporter writes fearlessly, the editor ensures accuracy and publication, and the outcome can be policy changes, court cases, or public awareness. The press is known as the fourth pillar of democracy after the legislature, executive, and judiciary. Politicians, civil servants, and advocates rarely leave their professions, but journalists abandoning the profession is common. Among these four pillars, it is journalism that people often enter out of passion. They choose journalism because they want to be watchdogs. Harvard Law School defines a watchdog as critically monitoring the activities of government, industry, courts, or other organization and alerting the public or taking legal actions when those activities go against the public interest. So why does the layoff of one-third of the staff of the Washington Post matter to someone sitting in India like me? Because the Washington Post is one of the leading newspapers in the United States and has a long history of investigating journalism. Now it has top local news, sports coverage, and international desks. This scaling down will weaken the connection the media house has with the public, and people will lose yet another platform that voices their concerns. A media house is not a corporate setup where employees are paid purely based on financial values. In journalism, the value is human value. It cannot be measured on a balance sheet. It is measured by how much trust the public places in a reporter and the media house. It is true that fewer people subscribe to newspapers and advertising is no longer the main source of income. But media houses must find new strategies to generate funds to pay journalists. Only When journalists are paid decently and feel secure, can they fully concentrate on their assignments? In India, we know the story of the Indian coffee house. It is nearly 100 years old and serves some of the tastiest cutlets, masala doshas, bread omelette, and coffee. The reason behind the taste is the dedication of the staff. In the coffee house, the staff themselves are the owners and share the profit. That ownership makes the output unique and excellent. Similarly, where there is a will, there are methods to keep journalists employed. Due to uncertainty in the profession, journalism is no longer the first choice for many who could have become excellent watchdogs of society. I know journalists who do not feel pride in calling themselves journalists because of low salaries. Instead of declaring the doomsday of journalism, we must bring the fourth pillar on par with the other three, where every journalist, big or small, takes pride in their calling. Another question that arises with every layoff is whether AI is taking away jobs. My dear friends, AI can generate data, aggregate information, give sports updates, and even write a decent article. But AI cannot do legwork. It cannot build grassroots connection. It does not understand emotions or humanitarian value. It makes factual errors and fails in image generations. In short, AI can support journalists, but it cannot be a journalist. It cannot replace a reporter or an editor. We need journalists. They are rare breed, born with the calling and passion to be watchdogs, often sacrificing personal comfort to bring stories to the world. Their value lies in the fact that experienced journalists recognized their aptitude and appointed them as their junior journalists. Ravish Kumar, the eminent journalist with over 14 million followers on YouTube, has said that he can do only one or two stories a day because he lacks field staff for verification. I have faced similar situations when I wanted to interview a differently abled businessman in Kerala. I wished I had someone who could physically go there, ask questions on behalf of Lifestyle Today News, and take photographs. Big media houses have the advantage of having reporters on the ground, asking questions and finding answers that subscribers want. Big media houses must retain their staff at all costs. Journalists are the lifeline of democracy. The Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos, plans to focus on national politics. But where is grassroots public interest in that alone? Such coverage does not always require deep connection with the public. In India, newspapers still maintain a balance of national, international, local and sports news. Before Indian media follows the layoff path of the Washington Post, they must develop strategies to retain journalists and sustain media even when there are fewer advertisements and subscriptions. One thing I have observed is that the public still considers printed news the most authentic form of documentation. Comparatively, people feel happier seeing news about themselves in print than on television. AI has given new tools to journalism, making news more accurate, interesting, and engaging. However, this should never become a reason to lay off journalists. They are a small group of immensely talented people with a God given ability to sniff out news. Keep them, pay them, and the society will be richer for it, and God will bless you abundantly.